Hey everyone. Hi everybody. Mary Ellen here. I'm pretty sure we're live. Thanks for being here. I know there are folks who are planning to chime in, and I'm very excited to be here with you. So I am asking everybody, hello, Archangel Michael, hi, whoever you are. Where are you in the world? I always ask people to chime in. Let me know that you're here so we can converse. And if you have any questions while we go through the reading, we're going to do a bunch of stuff today. We're going to chit-chat a bit. I'm going to talk about the planetary aspects and the galactic energy and things like that, and we're going to pull some cards. And we're going to focus on where are we as a collective, this soul tribe that shows up here in this place. How do we connect to everyone around the planet? We're all in the position of trying to do the same work at this point. Some of us are conscious of it, some of us are not. Okay, so then once the reading is out and my guides have had their say, that's what's coming through. Once they've had their say, then I will just make an end point to the video so people can go on with their day. If they'd like to hang around and chit chat with me a little bit after the official video is finished, I'll come over to the chat room. Okay, so let's just jump right in. I think what I'm going to do... Hi, Heather. I'm just going to greet people while he's here. Hey, gang. Glad to see you here. I'm hoping Tani's going to show up. There are a lot of folks that have been in... Okay, my guys are talking about communion and communication. So that's what... Okay, what just came through was that's what we're on about. I mean, that's what they're going to talk about today. It's definitely my intention as well. I'm back at Moonrise Cottage. I did not anticipate being here, and as usual, I'm really feeling and seeing and understanding the wisdom of that which drives me forward. My guides are saying I needed to come and be home in my little sacred space in order to finish the job, I guess, that I accepted. It's actually just a year ago, so when we do the Zoom sessions, the first one is coming on the 26th. I believe I'm going to schedule it for 2 p.m., so mark your calendar. I have not yet put that on my website. So there will be a sign up, the ability to sign up for those Zoom sessions. You'll have to go to my website. The link is below. So just click on the link. There still are available sessions for a special price in COVID-19. Somebody asked me the other day, can I have one of the other readings? And I realized, I need to be working to be more clear with my communication. So apologies. Any of the readings that are listed there, for anyone who would want them, medium sessions, distance healing sessions, life coaching, so to speak. My guys are saying things that I'm not gonna utter because it sounds a little ridiculous, but I'm available. So go to the website. You can get a basic reading for $25 just to talk with my guides and to spend some time with them to look deep into your soul circuit and the soul contract, and to understand, if you need, where you're standing and what is your mission, so to speak, going forward through these times. So this moment, the new moon, very important this month, straight through to the eclipse that's coming in July. So my journey started in March of last year, and I started getting some downloads and having some very intense prophetic dreaming. And I knew that something was about to happen, and it was about massive shift and change. So I believe in some ways I have come full circle. I'm back in order to finish what's coming through is that which was started. So let's jump in. Let me just say hello. Hi, Madvi, so glad you're here. Tani, yay. All right, gang. So my guys are saying, okay, so let's do it. So per usual, when we have events like this, I want to just spend a little time talking about the shift and change and the energy that's coming from the galactic center, and how that has begun to affect me in a way that's very conscious, in part through a connection that I made with somebody that I haven't had. Well, we've been connected. I haven't been in touch with that person for many, many years. So while I was in New Mexico, along with Heather, who's here on the chat, hi Heather, we took a journey to see a gentleman who has been working with Arcturian energy for many years, and he's an amazing old soul. Literally, he's an elderly gentleman. I think he's 88 or 89 or something like that. So I think we're gonna start jumping into that, and the time is now because of everything that has come before. So, okay, my guys are telling me to shuffle. So I'm gonna start, gang. I want to check in about the shamanic moment that we're in, and what is the intention of the shamanic energy, if you know what I mean. So while I'm chit-chatting, I'm gonna shuffle, okay? And hang on one sec. Let's see if, yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna, okay, my guys are telling me to just put the cards down, and oh, there's a lot of them coming. So yeah, they want this deck today for some reason. All right, they're telling me that's enough. So I'm going to shuffle up the journey of love, because that's the journey that we're on. So we are still have the North Node in Cancer, leading us forward into this, this new cycle that is being ushered in on this new moon, okay? So this month in April, we had a super moon on the 7th, 8th, depending on where you are, in Libra. Full moon, and, you know, a moment of culmination. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Look at that. Okay? So a moment of culmination, bringing things into illumination. And here we all are riding the cosmic wave. Literally what my guides are talking about, right? So that's us. It's the sacred feminine leading us forward. And then we come to this day. My guides are saying to this day. And on this day, we have a new moon, a new intention, a new place from which to move forward. And it's in Taurus, earth energy. And Taurus has Uranus. I'm sure everybody knows, but just to, my guys are saying, just to say it, Taurus has Uranus until 2026 or something like that, right? So literally and figuratively, and we are experiencing it, aren't we? Massive awakening here on the earth. So what's happening is these energies, we've got Pluto and Capricorn bringing forward the shake-up, and now has been conjunct with Saturn in Aquarius. So think about that. That alone is mind-blowing. We have all of the earth, these massively, my guys are saying heavy. I think what they mean is very strong earth energy happening to bring forward the release of that which does not serve us. Yeah, serve us. Provide service for the earth beings that are here, and this desire now, a stubborn desire for awakening, Uranus in Taurus on a new moon. Whew, it's big, isn't it? And look, there we go. That's the energy that we're dealing with. We're talking about the moon cycle and riding the cosmic wave. So these cards are from the Journey of Love, if you don't know, right? So that's what my guides have been on about within me and with you from time to time while we've been going through this cycle that started a year ago. March. They're talking about March. And they're talking about the downloads that I got. So we're talking about this moment where we're sort of, things are coming to illumination and culmination. Everything that has happened from the start of the year to this moment, it's done now. Right? We're in a moment of massive illumination, and it's illumination of the heart chakra. So, guys, I want to talk to you about the cards. They're talking about the cards. So the focus now going forward, because we have Pluto, there's a conjunction with Pluto and Aquarius, Jupiter, Saturn. So all the indications that come through those kinds of conjunctions, massive desire for freedom, right? With a new moon in Taurus. Ruled, well, not truly, but ruled in these moments by Uranus. That's what my guides are saying, okay? And so now we have the Aquarius energy coming forward. And so we're in this moment of constriction, right? The lockdown, the economy constricting, things like that. At the same time, we have an overwhelming urge for freedom and growth and breaking out and coming forward, while we have the North Node in Cancer, love energy leading us forward. So this is, to me, to my best understanding, this is the moment when we're meant to actually literally begin, because all the energies are aligned. That's why I think, in various ways, I'm back here so I can be sequestered by myself and I can focus on the energy, be available for whatever downloads might want to come through, and share them with all of you, including the meditation sequence that is below all of my videos now, all the recent videos, okay? So this is what we're talking about. Clearly, in these moments when we're focused on the earth element, we have, in this new moon, the sun, the moon, Uranus, square Saturn, right? So this square with Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius, and that's going to be for another whole year. So that's the mindset, the energetic mindset that we're in, if you will, all of us. I love the way this is depicted with the trees, the trunks winding around each other, okay? So, we do have this notion of Taurus awakening because of the Uranus energy. And Taurus is about money, it's about wealth, it's about power, it's about, in a certain way, solidity, the stubbornness of a Taurus. So here's what's interesting about this. Here's the next card that came out. Okay, look at that. So, we're in a moment of childlike desire. There's a certain type of innocence that comes with it. And I love that we see the moon cycle that's in this card. So this card is about magic. It's literally about magical thinking. And when we're kids, for many of us, depending on your circumstance, right? There's a lot of magical thinking. We have a set of beliefs that is, my guides are saying, it is taken from us. They're using the word relieved of. We become relieved of those beliefs as we begin to melt into society and we start school and we start to interact with other human beings and we become slowly aware of things that are on the news, and et cetera, et cetera. We hear our parents talking. The guides are saying, this is this moment we've returned to. We have this available to us because our heart chakras are so open because of this virus. And because the intention is to use this virus, this moment, as a fulcrum in order to sort of pry open. There's another virus. So that's the top level, is this coronavirus, but underneath that, there's another virus that all of humanity has been infected, quote unquote, with, and that's the work that I've been doing to help us all prepare to try to get the messages out. It's time for us to be able to break that open, its grip upon us in this great moment of illumination and ending of that cycle, the desire to break free, and with new vision, Aquarius, right? It's a incredibly magical moment if we're able to take hold of it and do the things that our hearts desire. So here's the next card. Check this out. All right. Heart of Sky. Look at that. Talk about magical. So, here we are in this moment. Jupiter, the other thing that's happening, Jupiter conjunct Pluto. Massive power and expansion with Cancer in the North Node. Uranus in Taurus. So these energies that are coming through are, it's once in a lifetime kind of stuff, actually. This powerful expansion that we're all desiring in social, political, personal ways in our lives. So with Saturn in Aquarius squaring Uranus, and we just had, didn't Krakatoa just erupted? There are earthquakes. The tension of this moment is literally, in a very Uranus-like way, cracking things open. Massive expansion, right? So it's time to really think about the effects on our beings and the effects on your, okay, my guides are correcting me. Let me finish my thought. I was going to say the effects on your soul circuit, your soul contract. So it's not really the effect, it's the bringing of the moment. Yeah, now I'm getting choked up. So my guides are saying it's the bringing forward of the moment. That thing that you signed up for when you came here, it's here now. And that's why, you've seen on my channel, it's time to weave the tapestry. Because it is available to us now, because we are available to each other, because we desire freedom. And the freedom we're desiring is freedom of heart. What would it be like to shift into and from the galactic center with our energy as beings and experience that within our humanity? So it's a very, and that's what Heart of Sky is about, right? What happens when you bring forward these desires and you live in the heart mind of the galactic center? So it's interesting because we've seen it. We see now there's protests happening here in the United States anyways, right? People want to end the lockdown, all that kind of stuff. It's whatever you think about that, it's reflective of the moment. So those people, most of them probably have no idea, right? They're just doing, my guides are saying, what the galactic center commands them to do. And what they mean is all the aspects I've been talking about. All right. So while we may, have our opinions about that, it's interesting to note. So my guides are talking about, just pay attention to that given all the planetary aspects. I'm going to put some links below the video. And you know what? I'll pop them out on the community tab on my channel as well. Things for you to listen to that will explain in a way that is much more nuanced than I can do, because I'm not an astrologer, right? All I can do is listen to podcasts, etc., and understand the reflection of the things that come to me through the information that's being given through people who understand astrology. So it's a very fine-tuned prism, and I encourage you all I always encourage people to check out Pamela Gregory and Molly McCord. Okay, so we're in this Heart of Sky moment. You're going to love this. Wait do you see this? All together. And this came out, I think, sometime in March when I was trying to get internet. And I drove up to a really sacred place, one of the places I love the most in New Mexico. And I was there for the weekend, and this card came out for the first time. So here we are. We are still rooted deep into the earth element. That's the energy that's present. And we are encapsulated. We are restricted. And this tree in these moments, my guides are saying, symbolizing the lungs of the world. So we have this literal virus, and then there's a psychic virus, if you will, the things that we have taken on as our belief system over all the eons that we've been here, evolving and emerging and exploring and taking on wounds and hurts and heartbreak and all those many things. Now we have this gift, in a way, of this thing that we all know about. And oddly enough, that's the pathway on which we're going to connect. It has created an awareness of the energetic pathway that literally exists. So we're going to take this moment because we are being held captive in a certain way, right? The lungs of the world. That's what we're focused on. Our sacred breath. How is it? Do you see the ravens or the crows, whatever it is in this card, flying along in the sky just above this tree? And that's about the sacred mind, the sacred laws of the universe. So from this moment forward, very important times we're moving into energetically, okay? So I'm inviting everyone, if you have not started the sequence of meditation that's delineated below the videos, please start now. It's new moon, just go for it. If you have any questions, I've done my best to explain. It's meant to vibrate with the energies that are present and with your own personal energy within you to begin to meld those things together into a sacred chord, so to speak, so that we can begin to consciously weave our energies together. I think that's part of what we're going to talk about in this first Zoom. My guys just said cycle. It's interesting. So there we are. All right. Obviously, we're talking about the sacred spiral. So, towards the end of the month, as this energy finishes off the month, this new moon, we're going to have, I think it's on the 25th, we have Mercury conjunct Eris at 20 and 23 degrees in Aries, squaring Pluto in Capricorn. It's going to be hot. I mean, there's going to be a lot of vocalization. There's going to be a focus on the things that have gone wrong and the things that we don't like and those protests that are happening about the lockdown. That's just going to get bigger. So just get ready. And my guides are saying, and don't wonder, it's just a reflection. So understand that the energy is doing its job. Okay? But here we are at the heart of this spiral that's been unfurling for eons. The other thing that's happening at the end of this month that my guides are saying that has to do with the spiral is that Mercury is going to be in an exact square with Pluto in Aries at 25 degrees. Wait a minute, I'm saying it wrong. So on it's the 25th of the month. My guides are talking about the numerology. So check out the numerology, okay? So we're going to have this exact square that's going to happen. And things are going to be really, really, really intense. On that day, on the 25th, Pluto goes stationary retrograde. So we're going to go back over all the things we've been, ruminating about for the last 6 months. So we're going to be in this place, Jupiter, Pluto in retrograde, in Aquarius, conjunct Saturn. Mind-bending, mind-blowing, massive energy. And it is in those moments that we get to go forward. So it's my guys are calling it the symphony of the moment. It's a very intense moment that we have coming forward. So it's this moment of lightning strike. Look at that. Do you see the human figure in this card? It's the heart chakra, literally becoming awakened now in this very, 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 very powerful way. for us to be able to be literally electrified. And part of what I think, I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. Part of what's going to happen with the group, the Soul Tribe here at Moonrise Cottage, we're going to be working with that. And we're going to be doing some meditations, in order to energize and help you become uniquely aware of how your nervous system literally works with the galactic center. So I started that work last fall, and I believe my guy just said it's ready for prime time, right? So it's ready for me to share that with you. Another reason why it's really important to take part in those meditation pathways. It's time to literally fill yourself while you are sleeping and then while you are waking up, if possible, with vibration. It's going to tune your etheric body. It's going to make your etheric body through your nervous system available to the galactic center. So that's how deep we're going out, kids. We're going to have some fun. I'm really looking forward to it. All right. So what I'd like to do for a moment is I want to visit the other cards. You know, I hope everybody has seen one of the things that's happening, which is just mysterious and beautiful, is that the natural world is re-emerging because the humans aren't around so much. So, you know, we have seen pictures of herds of deer and moose and bears and etc. just walking around in the cities. Just like, where'd all the humans go? You can almost see it. They look a little like, okay, they're gone now? Let's go check it out. Almost like kids, my guides are saying. All right, so here are the two cards that have come out. There we go. All right, so the innocence of a fawn, stepping out into its new place, stepping into the world for the first time with all of its wonder, with all of its awe, with some of its fears, experiencing the sunlight on a spring day. In fact, the little tribe of deer that's in my meadow, I just saw the moms came, I think it was 2-3 days ago. I just saw them for the first time. They were here, and the new crop of babies are there. It's just so delightful. So, you know, try to have, again, like the childlike vision, try to have this sense of wonder. Allow yourself to have it back. It's a moment of mystery and magic and extreme amounts of power. So step into it lightly in this way. And I know the politics, especially here in the United States, depending on your set point, either you love it or you hate it, right? But it's a moment for joy and to be playful in your heart. Bring these things back to yourself, just like the natural world is emerging, because our humanity, in a sense, is taking a backseat. And we now have energetic ability to literally drop into our heart chakra and feel, okay, thank you, Spirit, and feel this electrification. Because what's true is that our physical bodies, when they are forming, my guides are talking about the neural tube pathway. So when a fetus is developing and the organs begin to develop, the first thing that happens is the neural tube. And it is the heart and the mind, and there is literally a connection. And as we grow and cells divide and things begin to form, those things then become, well, what appears to be separate, but they're not. And so that's part of what's being turned on again in this way, is that we can sink into our heart chakra, take up the electric energy that is there. It is from there that we're connected. It's the brain that does the work, in a sense, because of all the neurons and the nature of the brain tissue, my guides are saying. It is the heart that takes up the galactic energy. Okay, my guys are talking about that thing that we experience that causes us to feel sadness and joy, depending on the situation. Okay, my guides are saying that our eyes are seeing, that we're aware of. Right? It is the place from which the seat of emotion, within our physical bodies. So when you're in love or you fall in love with someone, you feel a sense of elation. We literally feel the fluttering of those emotions because the heart chakra is vibrating so intensely in those moments. And we're picking up the vibration from the person we're wanting to reflect that to and receive that from. That's a moment that we're in. And it took all of evolution to bring us forward to these days, and now we're here. So it's time to just enjoy it and to understand that we're here. We're seeing the human outcome of all these things. And I guess to be in what I call the joy place, so that we can understand the totality of the moment and join together and bring forward this literally a new life pathway for ourselves as soul beings. Because if we are in a new pathway here in the human realm, it means that as a collective of energetic beings, we have come now into the culmination of the circuit that we've been on. And we're looking forward in this extremely powerful way. And we feel the desire in our heart chakra. So it's a wonderful, okay, my guys are calling it the nomenclature. And they're saying, okay, last two cards they're saying, look at that. So we have the moon card, okay? On this full moon, like I was saying, right? Culmination, illumination, and desire. This moon card in this Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck is called the Imaginer of Harmony. And if ever there was a moment when we were all imagining harmony and feeling our love for each other and for the human family, it's this one. So, all right, my guys, they're telling me highlight it. Okay, so there we go. Do you see that? So, the salmon of all wisdom, the representation of Pisces in this deck, universal consciousness. And what we're choosing to do is to go in deep, and that's the ocean. Right? In this realm, my guys are talking about in this realm. So, here on the earth, right, there's the notation of universal consciousness. We can, all of us, get in that mystical boat, put our hands upon the oars, take up the electricity that's moving through the water element, literally, because we still have Cancer in the North Node until May. And, there's a little bit of urgency, right? Like it's the moments now. Whatever you can imagine that is related to harmony, that's the place you can sail away to. That's the cycle, the new cycle that was initiated. And now we have the new moon in Taurus, with Uranus in the sign of Taurus, in the first house of Taurus. It's literally an awakening moment into the universal consciousness, and we're going to dive deep, and we're going to do it with intention. So the other thing I love about this pairing, these two cards that just came out, look at that. So do you see how that young warrior is open? He's been through his transformation. He's got his blue kilt on, and he has his sword. The tip of his sword is at the spiral of existence. Thank you, Spirit. That's where we're at. We are warriors in these moments. The sun is coming up. Things are going to shift and change. We have the ability to provide, right? So he's got the goose. He's going to take it home, cook it up. This story is about him going through his cycle to become the sacred protector of his family lineage, his tribe, to take on the role of leadership when it's his turn. So he's out in the world learning about that, going through his own cycle. And it's interesting because in this card, in the background, I don't know if you can tell, wrong one, there's a passage tune. So there is notation going on about having been through a cycle, having been through a life-death spiral. And we see it in all of these ways. The spiral, the circuit. Okay. The words are challenging for me. Hang on. So we're talking about the circuit of existence, the circuit of our own individual soul, and the contract that we took, my guides call it a contract, when you decided to come and incarnate here. We are in this very intense moment where all those things are true and we experience it as a collective. That's why it electrifies the situation, and it's why now we have the capacity to literally dive deep, utilize the type of illumination that's available to us now. So, okay, hang on. Okay, my guys are talking about the willingness. Yeah, okay. They're talking about this willingness that has developed now in this place between the worlds, right? The middle world. We're talking about the place in which we have our day-to-day awareness and existence, and awareness of the existence of the other heart energy that is incarnated through all the people that we come in contact with. And now, because of all of the stuff that's coming out of the galactic center, the Earth axis is changing. Schumann's resonance is as high as it's ever been. We have lived into this moment of encapsulation in order to be able to be in touch with each other. You know, the internet, all the things that are true on they're saying the physical realm of the human element. So the physical realm of the human element means the way, again, they're talking about the nervous system, the way the nervous system works. All the things that spiritual gurus, etc., my guides call them soothsayers, have been saying for eons, right? And we're in a place where we're focused on Judeo-Christian heritage. Right? But even in all the other faith-based ideas that have come forward, there is this notion of the connection on a spiritual basis. So now we know, science has proven that it's really true, and we have manifested the reflection of that through things like the internet and streaming software that I'm using right now. So we've created those things. They've become manifest to help us be able to see the reality of what's on the inside of our human manifestation and begin to work with that energy on the vibration pathway. So I think that's it for today, folks. Thank you so much for being here. And if you have the time, please take some time. Go and listen to Molly McCord's podcast. Listen to Pamela Gregory's video about the new moon. After I'm done with this and I turn it, it'll populate as a video. I'll put the links below before I publish it. All right. So if you've just popped in and you have any questions, or if you've been here throughout, I really would like to discuss with you. I would like to provide time for us to share ideas, to share energy, and to become knowledgeable of each other. That's the purpose of the Zoom. It's time for us. I see you. I get the fun of seeing all the people that I relate with all over the world. You don't see them. So it's time for us to see each other so that we can conceptualize this work that we're literally about to do together. And, more will come as the months roll on. So we're at the end of April. We've got just over 2 months until the eclipse comes in July. So let's prepare for that. Let's weave the tapestry. Let's seize the moment and utilize our intention to bring forward the power of the moment that's being given by the planetary alignments and the energy, the increased amount of energy and awareness. There's a long discussion. I'm not going to get into it right now, but a long discussion about the energy that comes through now from the galactic center. It's very exciting. And I'm feeling truly blessed to have been put into contact with that, and the many fabulous experiences I had while I was traveling through New Mexico, going deep in my own life, and just really in some ways just cutting myself off from my own existence so I could be available in that way. So gang, if you're here and my guides are saying if you're visiting and you need to move on with your day, this is going to be the official end of the video, and I'll look forward to talking with you again soon. This afternoon, I'm going to prep up my website, put the Zoom things on there. I am going to ask for a donation of $11.11. Let's just have fun with numbers and make the intention through the donation. And that stuff should all be published on the website by this evening. Okay? So thank you, everybody. Let's see. Yeah, it's 1:41. So we have 15 minutes or so to chat. I'm going to come over to the chat room. So for those of you that are moving on with your day, I'm getting tongue-tied. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here with me. And together as a community, I appreciate it so deeply. And I just want to reflect the love back to you. And I look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks, gang. Okay, kids, here I come. Ready? Coming over to the chat room. So if you have any questions, I'm going to scroll up to the top of the chat. If you have any questions, please load them up there. If you have come across any information or have a download or anything like that, this is the moment. We're going to start speaking about it together as a group of souls, utilizing the English language to communicate the words, because I believe that many of us are going to be getting dreams and downloads, and I was having a significant conversation the other day with one of my sisters who's still in the closet. She's a psychic person in a different way than I am, but she has amazing things that come to her, and she's not ready to come out into the public with that, but she and I share a deep bond around these type of things. All right, so just give me a moment. Let me just check out everybody that's here and say hello. Hi, David. How are you? Thank you so much for your prayers and your love while I was traveling home. I appreciate that. Hey, Primary Feathers. So glad you're here. So Primary Feathers is talking about the protective sphere that opens and you become your full purpose. Well said. Yep, exactly. And Madhvi, thank you. Okay, so Madhvi put a message there that talks about planting seeds at the new moon. So if you have the capacity to put something into the ground, even if it's in a pot in your house, go for it. The traditional wisdom is the new moon energy forward for, I think, 5 days, something like that. So any way that you can do that, please do. I planted some basil. It's in my windowsill. Because I'm doing my best to be compliant, even though I'm very highly, my guides are saying non-compliant. Part of my personality is a little bit of opposition defiant kind of thing, because I've got a lot of Aries and fire in my chart. So I'm just going to make my own pathway, and if there's an obstacle, I'm just going to go around it or blow it up and go through it or something. So yeah, plant some seeds. If you can plant flower seeds, I personally would be very deeply grateful, because we are meant to be planting seeds of the new energy. And so if you have the moment and you're able to do it, definitely plant some seeds. I know some folks down under, they're going into winter season now, but in whatever way you can do it, create something that will grow and bring forward some joy, because it's about living fully in your joy from this moment forward. Okay, my guides are saying as a representative energy. They're talking about the energetics of joy, being in joy. Just one of my personal strivings. I want to be in what I call the joy place. Hi, Bernie. Hey, good to see you here. Okay, LAG, there's somebody who's got a tagline. You're just saying hello. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. So Wally, you're talking about heart math. Oh, science is catching up. Yes. Yes. It's literally been proven. There's no more doubt about these things. So again, if you think about the energetics of the moment. So today's the 22nd. Straight through to the end of the month, there's some very powerful, significant conjunctions going on. And it is a moment when we can kind of blast through the things that, okay, my guys are talking about, they're saying the lack of awareness, but it's deeper than that. It's about the actual experience. So one of the things I'm hoping to do as we go forward together toward the eclipse is to have some exercise to help us actually use our sacred vision so that you are looking out upon the world, not with your human eyes. It's an experience that I've been blessed with a number of times. I don't have the desire to stay in that state because I want to participate in the human experiment and experience. But it's a very valuable thing to experience because then you know yourself to be true. My guides are saying you know yourself to be true. And their words are coming through about, that's what they're talking about me, okay? So they're saying that's what she means when she says you are your purpose. Because it is your energetics that you're here with. And you came here as an intentional decision to be here for this moment. Think about that. That in and of itself to me is the most exciting thing or awareness that we could grasp fully through experience while we are here, is to truly understand that we just showed up in order to be part of the energetics of shift and change. I don't know. It just, to me, it's more exciting than any other thing that could possibly happen. And if I get to have that experience, it's part of the driving force of my life, and my desire is I want to have that experience as a group experience, right? That's what people call 4D and 5D. Those are the things that we're making note of, my guides are saying. I believe we're in this moment where we're stepping into the things that we use words to describe. And the words we use are like 4D and 5D and heart chakra awakening and kundalini and twin flame. And, my guides call it quantum partnership because it's really about the energetics of the partnership. It has almost nothing to do with the partnership itself as a human expression of energetic exchange. And therein lies the challenge. And I won't launch into that, I promise. But that's what that's really all about. Right? And if you've been here with me for a couple of years, you know that's what my guides talk about, right? They don't really want to utilize the moments to talk about romance because it's not about that. We experience it, all of us do. So again, just time to go a little deeper into the experience of all these things and to utilize our heart chakra in those ways. So hang on, guys. I'm going to go back and look at the chat again. Yes, our heart does have a brain. And in fact, where'd it go? This thing, the electronics of the situation, of the moment, that's what matters. And that's what my guides have been talking about. So, back to the chat. Hang on. I just want to make sure I say hello to everybody. Natalie! Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're here. I just want you to know, Natalie, ever since you came here to Moonrise Cottage, my guides are still connecting with you from here. I hope you can feel it. And I can almost sort of feel the adventure that you're having going forward. So, Francois says hello. He just popped through. So, the folks that have been here to Moonrise Cottage, I think what I may do is invite you to help because you have an understanding of this place and what goes on here. So I'm going to need you as my guides and posses as we go forward. We'll talk about that, okay? Let's see. Oh, primary feathers. Let's just big hug for Natalie. Okay, guys. Let's see. Wally, been talking about harmony. Yes, Wally, thank you. So, as I often say, it's not about balance. In my experience, and certainly I'm one little human being entity, I don't know everything there is to know. I'm an expert at nothing other than my own experience. All right. So, our object is not to rise, to raise our vibration. Our vibration is just fine. We're here. We manifest it here. We carry it. It's time to actually experience it. So I hope that I can continue to remember to say that as we go forward. I don't like the terminology about raising your vibration because it indicates that in some way in the present moment you're flawed. No, you're not. You might have work to do on a human level to mature yourself a little more, to become more emotionally present and honest and available. That's a challenge. But your vibration is just fine. And you're here with it. So it is the harmony that Wally's talking about, the emotional set point of internal harmony to the best of our abilities. We're not perfect. We're not meant to be. We're here to learn. So hopefully you can emotionally, again, from this moment forward, show up emotionally to the best of your ability, which means be honest, be present, express your emotions, and invite whoever you're connecting with, whether it's a fun moment or a difficult moment, to be there present with you as well. So I believe that that's what brings harmony. That is the experience of harmony, I think. So let's see, Bruni. Oh, gosh, Bruni, you're here, right? You folks are all here. So it's a moment of, my guides are saying, it's an exquisite moment. So thank you for sharing because you're here with your energy. Let's see. While you're talking about putting on makeup. Tanya, you're going out to plant some seeds now. Good. So maybe you've gone out the door. Okay. So LAGPR1. Oh, you picked up some flower seeds a few weeks ago. Yes. See, you're picking up we are all on the same wavelength. And my guides, when I went off on my adventure, or a year ago when this started for me, and I started going into the deep of my own chart and my own life and feeling the urge, etc., etc., my guides started talking about to become the queen of flowers. You're the queen of flowers. Go plant the energy seeds wherever you're meant to be. And some fun, astounding things have happened. Some of you know about a little bit of it. But, connecting with people in other places in the world, having visions about what's coming forward through the connection that we have. So very fun, very interesting. So if you picked up some flower seeds, good. You were saving them for today. So see, don't you? Yeah, light bulb moment. Good. So David. Yes, David, thank you. Very good question. Exactly the right words. A group vision quest. So, sort of traditionally, I've been doing that on my own for many years. I think my first vision quest was when I was a teenager. I didn't know that that's what I was doing. So then I started having group vision quests, soul retreats here at Moonrise Cottage. So now I have to figure out how to do that using Zoom as a meeting place for us. Because, David, I want to hear what you know, right? It's time for us all to bring forward the things that we have within us from our particular vibratory set point. So you have a set of wisdom. My guys just called it your wisdom set. I like that. So time to bring forward our individual wisdom set in order to do group meditation and group vision questing. And actually what I believe we're going to do, got to talk to one of my partners about that, but I think we're going to be traveling. Okay, my guides just said we don't think, just do. So we're going to be taking some travel opportunities out into the galactic center. And I have some fabulous Scorpios in my life that'll help us do that. So we're going to use Zoom. We're going to get into the energetics, okay? But thank you, David, for bringing that up, because that's perfect. Yeah, Primary Feather's a magical girl made out of flowers. So what I would request that you folks do is, if at all possible, please go to my website tomorrow. The link is below. I will then have up the Zoom chat. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but sign up for that, okay? And I'm going to have a chat with a couple of my quantum partners to get some clarity, and we're going to go forward in that way. And okay, my guys are talking about so what they're talking about is the work that David's talking about, and having these group vision quests and group visitations energetically into the conduit out of which we come, if you will, right? Vibrational conduit. Each of us being a unique strand of energy of ourselves, within ourselves as a human being, we're going to be connecting this soul tribe, if you will, with the other tribes. It's interesting they're using that language, that are doing the same thing. Because we're available now, we can actually reach each other and do it in a conscious way, with a level of success that hasn't been available to us. And everybody who's here that's been participating in meditation, or what they're talking about, Qigong and things like that, we all have our own pathway. We've been preparing ourselves. This is what we've been wanting, so now the moment's here. So we're going to go have some fun out in the galactic center. The first step, do the meditation pathway. It's going to attune us to ourselves and to each other. All right. So hopefully you'll be able to join us in the Zoom room, and we'll talk so that we can see each other, learn from each other, chat amongst ourselves, and participate and continue to participate in the vibratory pathway that I've displayed as a way to make the connection. Okay? So, Archangel, you're saying thank you. Yeah, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So, gang, okay, it must be 2 o'clock. Let me check. Yep, 1 more minute. So, I vowed for an hour. I'm going to get the Zoom thing together. It'll be published on my website tomorrow. All the meditation links are below. Don't worry about it if you haven't started. Start now. It's a new moon. Plant flowers, please, and plant seeds of love in your heart, and understand the roots are going out like this. See, I think the thing about the reason it's challenging for me in the YouTube streaming is that I can't, there's a delay. So it takes 30 seconds or something. So it makes it hard for me. There. Okay, that's real time. So gang, there we are. Let's seize the moment. Right? The roots are where they've always been. But what's going on up there in that sky level, the leaves, etc., the galactic center, now in this moment, it's looking like that. So let's go for it. Okay? I always have to cover up my face. So, gang, thank you so much for being here. I'll try to organize these cards a little bit and make a picture, and I'll post it on the community tab so you can see them all together as a group, the way they came out, to the best of my remembrance, because I've been moving them around a little bit. But I'm just sending you my love. I feel the love, and I reflect it back to you in this moment. And I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. And I'll look forward to seeing some of you, whoever can join us in the Zoom room on the 26th. I believe it's going to be scheduled for 2 p.m. because there are folks that are in various places in the world, and I think it makes it so the folks that are on the west coast of the United States and in Europe, it's still within waking hours, and the folks down under, I'm going to have a chat with all you folks. Does that time frame work? Okay? So, thanks everybody. Plant the seeds, spread the love, be in the joy place in your heart, despite the fact that things are challenging and difficult. And please, to the best of your ability, just stay home now so that we can focus and go deep. Okay? Mwah. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. And the video probably will publish. This will turn into a video. I'll probably publish in an hour or so. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye.